Hey guys, how's it going? DUJ2 here, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts Unchained Key. Now, I spent a lot of time today before the stream started trying some stuff out, and now I've been spending a lot of time again on stream trying some more things out. And what exactly have I been trying out? Well, I've been trying out a different setup for the what's it called? The Christmas Sora event. Now, this hasn't really been easy because that level 400 what's it called? The level 400 what's that called? Tree. It's got some ridiculous defense. I mean, it's got enough defense that beat doers 100% 1000 chipped. MarlyA does 1 damage if attack boost 2 doesn't trigger. It's a huge amount of damage. So lowering its defense is one way to go. As you all know, you probably guys have seen the other video. In the other video, what I did was I used this setup. So using this setup enabled me to do it, but the problem here is that I am running 2 legendary medals. They're not guilted. The only guys who are guilted is KHCom Mickey and MarlyA. Now this is the thing, LarxB just doesn't have enough oomph to do this. It's gotta be MarlyA. My MarlyA has attack boost 2, 3.8 multiplier. I guess you could substitute a dark side at least 100%, if not higher. I don't know. A lot of people have that medal. But I've been trying a lot of different setups, and this is the setup that could do it. Now, the other problem is my Nova level. I have a Nova level now of 300 and... Let's see. Let's go in and see. Okay, so my Nova level now is 305, I think it is. We'll check. So we're gonna go straight to the 400 just because that's the one that we're oh well 250, 301. So I thought I was 305 or 306. Now I'm using. I decided to try and do this without using a legendary medal. The legendary medals do provide you a much bigger possibility of being able to do things in this game. For example, using Illustrated Kyrie. I mean, look at it. Okay. Using Illustrated Kyrie is +3, right? What I'm using here, the only one that is guilted, well, MarlyA is guilted, and Kyrie, KH2 Kyrie is also guilted. But she doesn't have... You know what? We're gonna go look. We're gonna look after. We're gonna look at my setup after. But we're gonna try and do this first. We might need to do this a couple of times to see if it'll actually work. So a couple of key things here that need to happen. Both Marlies do have to trigger their attack boost to the AB2s for this to work. If they don't trigger their AB2s, it doesn't work. First one. Okay, first one. 101, 115. Okay, so let's try Nova. So before, on the 3 wishes, it was hitting, and if this doesn't attack boost 2 trigger, it's not going to work. It's going to hit a 1. Oh, it did. 12. Okay. All right. So, okay, that worked. All right, we're going to give up, and I'm going to show you guys. So that worked. That took it out. Now this is a setup that this is a setup that a lot of people can pull off. I'm gonna try and do and I know I explained this before, that I'm gonna try and do different setups from now on that other people can do. I can't possibly say a free-to-play player, okay? Because if I say a free-to-play player, again, like I said, a free-to-play player could be a free-to-play player playing from the very first day, and the free-to-play player playing from the very first day, a lot of them have legendaries already. If they pulled during the Illustrated Sephiroth event, a lot of people got legendaries then. But specific legendaries, for example, Pooh and Piglet. If you have Piglet, if you have Illustrated Kyrie, there are different medals here. Equally, there could be a lot of people playing right now who don't have Arax, who don't have JNS. There's people who might not even have KH2 Kyrie, but I feel the game has been around long enough, and you guys who are watching me, you've been around long enough that you are looking for alternative possibilities. Now, I'll tell you this, I did try several times with MarlyB. Unfortunately, MarlyB just doesn't have the strength to do this. Let me show you real quick MarlyB. So MarlyB, when we compared, MarlyB is at a 2.89 multiplier, 7232, compared to a 7105 3.8 multiplier. It's the multiplier that gets you there. Unfortunately, MarlyB just doesn't have the power to do it. But we have a new medal. We have LarxB. Is it Larx? Yeah, it's Larx, right? Is it LarxSheen or LarxScene? I don't remember. LarxA doesn't have it either. LarxB, let me see if we can't go find one really quick. Yeah, okay, so and the setup that I'm using there, you don't have to have them gilted. If you guys noticed, the damage that those medals actually did was not relevant. It wasn't really damage that you're like, oh my goodness, it's awesome. So let's do this real quick. Let me show you guys. So a lot of people, a couple of people in our party already have Larx up and running. Gamer, let's look for Gamers. Gamers was the one that I already had. Okay, Gamer. So Gamer has one at 90%. Look at that, guys. 3.71 multiplier. 11 hits inflicts the more damage, the more gauges are full. Again, as we said, your gauges have to be pretty much over 10, so you kind of have to hope that an APP will trigger before. But look at that. 7229, 3.71 multiplier, 1 cost. Guys, putting an attack boost 3 or putting an attack boost 2 max, or even an attack boost 2 and it triggering, this medal could possibly pull it off for you if you don't have MarlyA. Now, you are still looking at a little bit less on the multiplier. I don't think it's relevant enough. I really don't think it's relevant enough. And again, I don't have Larx yet. I haven't even done the event yet. I haven't even touched the event. So that's kind of negative in that sense. And I kind of wish I had Larx, but the reason why I don't have Larx and the reason why I'm not going to be guilting Larx anytime soon is because I want to wait for another boosted guilting event. But if you do guilt her, good luck. And again, just when you look at the medals that I have, look at the fact of what the medals can do. Don't look at the fact that it's guilted. Look at Piglet from the point of view that it can raise its strength by 2 tiers for 1 turn. That's what you're looking for. Look at Rax and the fact that it will raise strength by 1 tier for 1 turn. So here, instead of Rax, you could put in what is it? Aerith? Yeah, you could put in Speed Aerith. JNS, a lot of people have JNS. Now, JNS really was necessary in this one. I don't know how else I can do it with JNS unless... No, I don't know. I don't know how else to do it. And finally, KH2 Kyrie. So KH2 Kyrie, I never thought I'd use her again. She is expensive. She does raise for 1 tier, by 2 speed tiers for 1 turn. And then rounding it out with MarlyA again. MarlyA is definitely the VIP in this one, the MVP in this one. But if you got a good guild on your LarxB, you could substitute LarxB for MarlyA, and I think you can do it. Now, the last thing is, you guys saw everything triggered. No, not everything didn't trigger. The last MarlyA didn't trigger. But if you guys notice, even though the last Marley didn't trigger, my Nova, yes, I do have a Nova level over 301. That did help monumentally. It did really, really help. But it's not something that's really necessary, just because you could make it up with that friend medal. And again, it just depends to what friend medal you have. But for a lot of people who have been asking, you know, is there an alternative? So this is the alternative. As you guys saw, I was able to defeat the level 400. Thank you very much to be doer for that MarlyA, and that MarlyA only hit 12k, guys. It would have hit a lot more if it would have attack boost 2 would have triggered. And this is the original setup that I used. With this setup, it was a lot easier to do it. Even though I have to admit that that other setup did really good. I'm really proud of it. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to leave this right here 1 second here so you guys can see. That is the setup that I was using. Again, don't look at the gilts, guys. Look at what the medals can do. Yes, MarlyA was highly necessary here, but again, we do have a LarxB event right now. LarxB is an extremely powerful medal. Just make sure that you load up a couple of APPs, or at least one APP before, and hope that it triggers, so that you can actually trigger it and complete the challenge in one turn. Now, if you don't want to complete it in one turn, then hopefully you've got a party member with a sleep plus, or a sleep. Well, sleep plus. It's got a, well, no, just sleep or sleep plus. If you've got a party member with a sleep, you can try and do it over and over again. Again, it's RNG too. So make sure that you do try and put on as much as you can in the outfit. Putting out your outfit that can help you the most with the most perks. For example, for me right now, let's move me over here. For me right now, my skill perk is at 18. I know a lot of people might not have that, but if you can get your skill perk close to that high, it'll really help you out, guys. But yeah, there you guys go. Just to show you guys, I wanted to, you know, explore a different option. This setup does not have any legendaries in it. Wait, oh yeah, Rax is a legendary. Sorry. Okay, so it's got a legendary in it, but it's not pullable. And Jack and Sally is a legendary? Well, tier 4. I didn't know Jack and Sally were legendaries. Okay, so it does have 2 tier 4s, but these are not pullable. These were in the events. And again, like I said, if you want to replace Rax with Speed Aerith, I could have done that, but it would have been more expensive. And then you do really hope that if you do have an APP in there, it will trigger so that it can actually restore some for you. So thank you very much for watching, guys. That's the setup I used right now. This is the setup that I used the first time. If you guys want to compare it, there's one, there's the other. This one actually was really solid. I was actually really impressed at how solid this setup was. So thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2. This has been, I guess, an alternative look at something else you could use if you don't have, let's say, illustrated Riku or illustrated Kairi. If you don't have those medals to try or the other setup that I used, if you don't have those medals gilted and you're not depending on that much damage, how you can try and manipulate your Keyblades with different setups to try and get it. And believe it, I tried a lot. So this is the setup that I tried, and I was this close to putting in Puglet or Illustrated Kairi again to try again, but actually found a way to pull it off with Piglet. And Divine Rose. I forget who said Divine Rose. Someone said Divine Rose, but Divine Rose was awesome. So thank you very much, guys. That extra 0.1 in right here, because this is 2.6 in the last multiplier, and this is 2.5 in this multiplier. So that 0.1 actually made a world of difference. Thank you very much for watching, guys. As always, I am DUJ2, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.